Like, the change of a fixture, you see that as a big win, considering sort of how you guys are building and the start you've had for the season, being able to play them here as opposed to there?
Oh, not really. I was looking forward to us going to Perth, to be honest. I think we travel well, and we look forward to those road trips to try and test us out. So we've had to change our mindset this week. Obviously, we want to try and take advantage of having the game played here, but it would be wrong to assume that would give us any advantage, because I think Fremantle will probably be galvanised by the experience we were when we had to stay down in Melbourne for a few weeks here earlier in the year. So I think teams will try and turn that to their favour. So if we think for 1 second that the game here is an advantage to us, then that's the first step towards losing the game, I reckon. So our players have got to be on their toes.
Is there a bit of pushback to go, given that not only, like you said, but it also means you've got to travel and break up that run of home games at the end of the season? Like, were you sort of reluctant to do it?
Don't look that far ahead, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, honestly, you wouldn't know what was going to happen for the rest of the year with COVID and stuff like that. So it's very much just take every week as it comes and go with the flow and see how it turns out.
How do you prepare for Freo? I mean, it seems like every team goes through this little roller coaster this year. They've been so good, and then last week they struggled in that second half. You disregard that performance of theirs last week and just look at their best footy?
Well, you look at their best footy and you look at their first half. They were really competitive, and not, for whatever reason they fell away in the second half. But they've been a very hard team to beat this year. They're the same number of wins and losses as what we are. They came up here last year in round 2, and it was a very tight game all day, which we were able to win by 2 goals. So we know that they're a tough side to play against, and when they bring their best, and if you're not at your best, you put yourself in danger.
Is that kind of the message this week? Just like complacency is there's no room for it, given how you've pulled back and got very good wins?
Yeah, look, the leadership group are really good on that, and sort of I don't need to say it, they understand footy pretty well, and all the trials and tribulations that come with winning and losing. So they were all over that early in the week and spoke about it in our team meeting. So I expect that our blokes will be on their toes.
Can we assume that Darcy plays this week? He's ticked off the protocols that he's had to?
Yeah, he's fit to play. He's been passed, so we've got 4 days before we play. So we'll have to have a bit of a chit chat about how we structure up with him back and available.
Did you like what you did without him on the weekend, given, like you were talking about, the forward entries and their ineffectiveness?
Yeah, well, our back line was really good. Conditions helped a little bit. The pressure up the field helped a bit. And you always need that. But the backline guys rely on how the ball comes in more often than not. So we did a good job at making sure that wasn't coming in with any real flow. So it gave them a chance.
I realise you've still got a few days before you pick Fags, but that must be a headache, that backline now, when you've got one of your, someone so reliable to come back in. And
yeah, no, they're always good problems to have. As a coach, you always want it to be a hard exercise to pick the team. So, as I said, we'll have a good talk about that this afternoon and work out which way we go.
What's Marcus Adams brought to your team this year? We know his injury problems last year, but he seems to be playing really good footy. Yeah,
he's going well at the moment. I mean, he's so brave in the air is the thing to him, and he's so strong as well, difficult to play against. So he's working in well in tandem with all the other guys, and probably in a way, I'm so glad for Marcus, because he's had such a wretched run with injury, and I think he felt himself that he was letting the team down. So for him to be able to come in and play with a little bit of consistency week after week is a just reward for a lot of hard work.
Jared Berry?
Yeah, I don't think Jared will be right this week. He's back running this week, which is a good sign, but he's not yet ready to play.
What? Is that still indefinite with him, or is there a bit more clarity on it?
There's not a time frame, but the good thing is he's been able to run and then pull up and then be able to run again. So so far so good. But as I said last week, it's one of those things that gets monitored every time that he trains, and it's how he pulls up each time. So, but he's not ready for this week.
You said at the beginning that the change of fixture, that a change of mindset. How do you think about the game differently when it's away versus home? Is it like getting there for travel, or is there something else you've got to change?
Oh, there's the travel and there's the different venue and all those sorts of things that you take into consideration when you go away. There's a little bit more to think of, so a little bit less to think of in a sense because we're playing at the Gabba and we don't have to travel. So that's probably the main difference. What Freo will bring is the same as what they would bring at home. So it doesn't change your planning, strategically.